Hi, my name is Afams Val. Today we'll be looking at the difference between padding and margin and how we can use it to verify our web page. So looking at this content, we find out that this content we have here is a simple element. And when we are talking of elements, it can be a div, it can be paragraph, it can be anything you can think of, whether inline or whatever else you have. So in this place, we have a content, we have padding, we have border and margin. Looking at what we have here, we find that minus, if we don't have anything like padding, this content will be touching this wall. So padding helps us to push or create a space within the content and the border internally. While whenever we are dealing with margin, it helps us to push out or create a space between our content and any other external content. So this is what this tool solves. So if you have not been following us in our previous video, all you need to do is create this folder called programs. Once you create it, open it, we have CSS folder, images folder. You can create these two folders even though we are not using it for now. Then we have the index file we worked previously with. So this time around we want to add a new file. So all we need to do, open any text editor of your choice, click on new file. Like I always do, I'll first of all save, Ctrl X. So this time around I want to save it with menu.html. We're still working on our HTML file. So make sure we're on the right path, like mine. This is my folder called Programs. I make sure that I'm there. I can now save this work. So I'm saving. I can simply press down the shift key and number one key, click enter to create a simple HTML structure. So in this structure, I can just check to make sure that it's working by typing anything, maybe hello world. I save. You can go back to make sure that it's saving in the right folder, which I can see the menu.html. I double click and I will see my hello world. That's fine. So in order to practicalize what we have been doing, let me create a div. So I have a div, I close my div. I don't know what is. So I have a div. All I need to do is I can style it like we have done in the previous section. I need to do internal styling. So I can easily add a style, close my style. Within it, I want to style this element, div element. So I want to style it within the elements. So I can easily call the div. Open this braces. All I need to do, add a background color to it. I can choose any color of my choice. I can add height to it. And I can put a height, maybe 400 pixels. I can as well add width. And sometimes I can choose 400 pixels. So let's check and see how it looks. So if I refresh this page, you can comfortably see what we are working on. Now, assuming we want to center this div, all we need to do is what? We come to this place and do margin auto. So once we do margin auto, we save. Found that if we refresh, this div is in the center. So at the same time, I want to create another content inside this div, which is a p tag. Inside this p tag, I can have anything of my choice, like maybe happy coding. So I love coding. I can save. Now I can as well style this element p. Okay, this one I don't want to style it using the element name, so let me use class name. So I can easily add a class and I can call it anything of my choice. Maybe I can as well call it menu. So for me to style this, I need to add period, menu. I can open my curly braces. All I need to do is I can add background to it. Then I can choose any color of my choice. I can as well add font color to it, and I can choose any color of my choice. Next thing, I can add font size, and I can choose any size of my choice. We save and see how it looks. So mind you, I'm nesting this content p tag inside this div. So if I open, I'm expecting to see it inside. Comfortably, it's inside. I want to reduce the height and width. I've not added any height and width. So let's try and add some height and width to it, which I can have in height. The previous one, the parent content is having 400 pixels. So I want to make this one 300 pixels. I would like to reduce the font size to 30 instead of 35. Then I want to add a width, and this width can as well be 300 pixels. I save. So if we should check how far we are going, find that we have this content inside of our div content. So as you want to center this content inside, like I've told you, all we need to do is come to the content you want to align to the center, add margin auto. That's the code for it. So if I do it this way and check, you find that it's now in the middle. So looking up, the margin is only affecting the left and right hand side of it. So in this content, as you can see now, we have this parent element, which is the div, and we have the paragraph. So you can decide to pad this content. We pad the contents inside this div because we want to talk to the content internal. We are not talking to the one external. So we are going to use padding. And using padding means what? We can pad the top to push this paragraph a little bit down. So I can go to the div and I'll add padding top. And I can add any size of my choice, 40 pixels. I save. So if I check what is happening, you find that it's pushing it down by 40 pixels. So sometimes I want to show you other styles within this paragraph. Let me take away this margin auto so that I can go to the side, but this one will remain. If you notice, the 40 pixels we gave here is still here. So assume we want to push this content using the div, which is the parent element. You can as well use what? Let me check this side, padding left. If I check padding left, what is happening? Find that I can push this side. Here is close. If I want to maintain what I have initially, I can as well add padding top to it. So if we save and check, we find that we have what is also pushing it from both sides. It's pushing this side, it's pushing this side. So why you are seeing much space this side compared to this angle, the left angle, is because whenever you are using p tag, it has margin attached to the top. So that margin attached to the top is what is adding what you are seeing here. So 40 plus additional margin that comes with p tag. So that's what we are seeing. Now we have content inside this p tag. Assuming we wish to pad out this content. Now I want to use a shortcut. This shortcut means I can as well pad out whatever I have inside this p tag at the same time. I can pad the full corner of it. When I'm talking about the full corner of it, I will start from top, right, bottom, left. So it's achievable. All we need to do is what? We come to the p tag, which is menu. You can just mention padding without adding whether left, right, or whatever. No, you don't need to add it. So at this time, I can say I want the top to be 40 pixels. I want the right, it must follow this sequence. I want the right to be another 40 pixels. I want the bottom to be 50 pixels. I want the left to be 100 pixels. So meaning that we always have top, right, bottom, left. So it's moving in clockwise direction. That's another thing you must note. If you save this, make sure you don't add anything like padding top, padding this. Just have a simple padding, then you can add this. If we save and check, we find that it's padded this place, padded here, here. We may not see this place very well because there is enough space already. So, but all these sections are being padded. So, and as well as we are padding whatever you are adding, most of the times it enlarges the div. If you notice, this our p tag div is getting bigger. So in order to control it in your work, all you need to do is you can go to where you have your width and height, assuming they are getting out of hand, you can reduce it, maybe 200, 200. So that will still fit into your content if you want it to fit in, find that is still inside now. So these are ways of controlling whatever we are doing when we are using padding. We can as well pad top and bottom at the same time. Let me reduce the height of this width of the p tag of this paragraph we are using. So if assuming I want to reduce the height, I can give it a height of, or let me take away the height totally. So let me also take away the width so we can see what is happening when we are padding the top and the sides. So we can pad the top and the sides. If we want the top and bottom, we can use this first two. Whenever we are using two values like this, that means this first two is representing the top and bottom, while the second is representing the left and right. So now we want to set the top and bottom of this. I can make it something like 100, and the left and right want to make it 50. So have wider space top and down compared to what we have in the left and right. So if you notice this, you find that top bottom is having a wider space while this place is lower. We are seeing this thing because of what we have. So far so good. We have been able to do justice to whatever we have. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next series. Order.